Hello everyone, we're back with another video. Today we are going to discuss how to read a research paper. So last time we discussed how we can find them. Today we are going to see how we read them. Well, someone might come and say, how do we read? Like, I have learned that in second grade. That's not what I'm talking about. Research papers can be long. They could be 10 pages, 12, 14, 15, even 20. And you're talking about multiple articles on your topic that you're going to read and summarize in a review of literature. So you really need to read efficiently. And that's what I'm going to teach you today. So let's say that I'm interested in researching about, like I was in a pediatric rotations, and I saw that there is cow's milk allergy, and then I saw that there are even adults who have cow's milk allergy. There is lactose intolerance. These are kind of like related, but they are different, right? Like allergies are not lactose intolerance. So I want to see what is the knowledge of medical students about this. Do they really know the difference? Do they really know the risk factors for this and that and how they are managed? So I searched, like, did someone try this before? And I found someone in Saudi Arabia. Okay? In 2 universities, among medical students, they compared the knowledge of lactose intolerance and cow's milk allergy. So I found the study on PubMed, I pressed on it, now I'm in PubMed Central, I have the full text, I can download the PDF, and then I can zoom in as much as I want. What I would suggest is to always read the abstract first. That's the last part to be written and the first part to be read. So abstract. Lactose intolerance is a condition causing an inability to absorb and digest lactose, leading to gastrointestinal symptoms such as abdominal pain, diarrhea, and flatulence. Because of the similarities between lactose intolerance and cow's milk allergy, it is becoming necessary to increase physicians' understanding of these 2 diseases. Consequently, we aim to determine the level of knowledge of lactose intolerance and cow's milk allergy among medical students. Nice. So they distributed an electronic survey. And when I'm reading literature, this really feeds my idea. It really makes me formulate my idea better. So yeah, they used an electronic survey. I can do that instead of distributing paper, which we are going to talk about later. So always learn from the methods of previous studies. Distributed to 399 medical students at 2 universities in Saudi Arabia, and that's the timing. The majority had inadequate knowledge of both conditions. Wow, plus 97% in both. According to this study, there is a lack of awareness, and we should make awareness programs. So these are the findings in this study. I have read the abstract. Now I'm really interested in this idea. I want to do this research. What I would suggest is to move on to the methods section, okay? Which is here, the materials and methods. Here I'm going to learn how they did their study, and if it's feasible for me, if I can replicate it in my own country, in my own university, in my own culture, in my own place. So it's a cross-sectional study. That's our next topic. In the next videos, we are going to touch on research types that targeted medical students. Okay, we have medical students in our university. They did 2 universities to compare their respective levels of knowledge about lactose intolerance and cow's milk allergy. And this is the period of study. It was 1 month. It was really fast because they distributed electronic surveys. They used 399 students after calculating the sample size using this tool. So okay, maybe I can calculate the sample size using this tool. That's something that I could do when it comes to me deciding how many people we are going to collect data from. So that's really helpful. I learned something just by reading what they did. So let's see how they did it. They used a questionnaire that was adapted and modified from previously published studies. So that's the nice thing. You do not stand on the ground. You stand on the shoulders of people who did it before you. So this guy, this scientist from Saudi Arabia, used 2 different studies to make the questionnaire that he used in his study and utilized. And now I'm going to use his questionnaire, maybe even better it or improve it or add to it. So that's really amazing. It keeps on improving. And it was distributed electronically using Google Forms and social media platforms, which we are going to learn about later. And the first part collected demographic data, the second part collected this and that. So you read it, you then move to the results and actually see. And when I go to results, I don't read the text, I really move to tables and figures. So this is a table of the things they asked about and the percentages. And this is really important because you know that you will need to ask about in your survey, like age, how old are you, your gender, your university, if we are talking about a multi-university study, the academic year, have you ever had cow's milk allergy, lactose intolerance, is there a family history of it, have you ever heard about it, right? And these are really important things to ask about. Like someone might have a family history and that's why he is more informed. Someone might have a personal history and that's why he is more informed. So these tables give me a lot of ideas, and you can read on and read on. However, you will get what you want, and I will tell you what you want from the study that you have downloaded later on in the literature review part. The thing that I really wanted to illustrate in this video, that you start reading from the abstract. Most likely you skip the introduction, you move to the methods, especially if it's a research idea that you want to do, okay? And then you skim through the results. That's it. The discussion, there is no need to read it, except if you are still looking for articles. That's what I recommend. Like when we saw the depression and anxiety example in medical students, there is too many studies. However, let's say similar to the breastfeeding and the Crohn's disease, we really had trouble finding too many. So moving to the discussion section of a study that talks about this topic can be helpful, because most of the time in the discussion they will mention previous studies and compare their findings to them. So as you can see here, maybe we will find something. So they say that their findings disagree with a study conducted among clinicians, which found that they understood the general aspect of lactose intolerance. So here they are saying that there is a previous study about clinicians, not medical students, but it was about this. And here in cow's milk allergy, I don't know if there is a previous study, there is this one. So you can find the studies by reading the discussion of your current study, because they will be mentioning them and comparing their findings to these studies. You just see it's number 17, you could press on it. It might take you to a link. It doesn't work, just scroll down, that's number 17. Go to the reference list, it's number 17, you have the title, you can take it, and so on, okay? So that's how it works. I hope it was a helpful video. Never hesitate to reach out with any questions that you have. And let's see in the next video what are the different study types, how do we cite studies after that. I'm really excited for this learning journey for you. Thank you so much.